Welcome to my drone video on the USS Cavalla, designated as SS-244. She is a World War II Gato-class submarine. She is named for the saltwater fish Cavalla, but she is best known for sinking the Japanese aircraft carrier Shōkaku. Her keel was laid in March of 1943 by the Electric Boat Company of Groton, Connecticut. She was launched in November of 43. She was commissioned in February of 44 with Lieutenant Commander, later Rear Admiral, Herman J. Kossler in command. Departing New London on April 11, 1944, Cavalla arrived at Pearl Harbor May 9th for voyage repairs and training. On May 31st, she put to sea on active service for the first time. On her maiden patrol to the Philippines, Cavalla made contact with a large Japanese task force. Cavalla tracked the force for several hours, relaying critical information which contributed to the United States victory in the Battle of the Philippine Sea, which is also known as the Marianas Turkey Shoot. In June of 1944, she caught the aircraft carrier Shōkaku, recovering its airplanes, and quickly fired a spread of 5 torpedoes with 4 hits that sunk the Shōkaku aircraft carrier. After a severe depth charging from 3 destroyers, Cavalla escaped to continue her patrol, having suffered relatively minor damage by depth charges from the Urakaze. This feat earned her a Presidential Unit Citation. Cavalla's second patrol took her to the Philippine Sea as a member of a wolf pack gang operating in support of the invasion of Peleliu in September of 44. In November of 1944, during her third patrol, Cavalla encountered 2 Japanese destroyers and made a surface attack which destroyed the Shimosuku. The companion destroyer began depth charge attacks while Cavalla evaded on the surface. Later in the same patrol, in January of 45, Cavalla made a night surface attack on an enemy convoy and sank 2 converted net tenders. Cavalla cruised the South China Sea and the Java Sea on her 4th and 5th war patrols. Targets were few and far between, but she came to the aid of an ally in May of 1945. A month out on her 5th patrol, the submarine sighted HMS Terrapin, which was damaged by enemy depth charges and unable to submerge or make full speed. Cavalla stood by the damaged submarine and escorted her on the surface to Fremantle, arriving 27th of May, 1945. At the end of the war, Cavalla received the ceasefire order on 15th of August, while lifeguarding off of Japan on her 6th war patrol. A few minutes later, she was bombed by a Japanese plane that apparently had not received the same information or heard the Japanese radio broadcast advising of the surrender. Cavalla joined the fleet units entering Tokyo Bay on the 31st of August and remained for the signing of the surrender on 2nd of September. She then departed the next day for New London, arriving on the 6th of October, 1945. She was placed out of commission in reserve there in March of 1946. Recommissioned in April of 1951, Cavalla was assigned to Submarine Squadron 8 and engaged in various fleet exercises in the Caribbean and off of Nova Scotia. She was placed out of commission in September of 1952 when she entered the Electric Boat Company yard for conversion to a hunter-killer submarine. Her reclassification was known as SSK-244. The SSK conversion included remodeling Cavalla's bow with the addition of a curved housing for the BQR-4 sonar system. The conversion included removal of 2 bow torpedo tubes, along with the remodeling of the original conning tower and bridge into the sail visible today. Cavalla was recommissioned in July of '53 and assigned to Submarine Squadron 10. Her new sonar made Cavalla valuable for experimentation. She was transferred to Submarine Development Group 2 in January of '54 to evaluate new weapons and equipment and to participate in fleet exercises. She also cruised to European waters several times to take part in NATO exercises. She visited Norfolk, Virginia for the International Naval Review in June of 1957. On 15th of August 1959, her classification reverted to SS-244. In November of 1961, Cavalla was ordered to Puerto Rico and provided electrical power via an umbilical connection to the USS Thresher, SSN-593. The Thresher had suffered a diesel generator failure while the nuclear reactor was shut down. Cavalla successfully assisted Thresher's restart of a reactor. Thresher was lost during post-overhaul sea trials on 10th of April 1963 during a deep dive. Cavalla was reclassified as an auxiliary submarine and designated AGSS-244 in July of 1963. Cavalla was decommissioned and struck from the Naval Register on 30th of July, 1969. In January of 1971, Cavalla was transferred to the Texas Submarine Veterans of World War II. She now resides at the Galveston Naval Museum in Seawolf Park on Pelican Islands, just north of Galveston, Texas. Cavalla has undergone an extensive restoration process and is open for self-guided tours. It is well worth your time to visit Seawolf Park and do a tour of the Cavalla.